luxury home details on a metal frame shop to build cars. Yep. And today, this thing is getting the detail work of $1 million custom home. Like those. Like those. This shop build started life as a bet with my wife that if this YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I could have the shop of my dreams. Well, we hit it, and then the reality of how much contractors charge hit me. The only way I could afford this was to do it with my own two hands, and despite never doing anything like this before, we've somehow managed to get to this point. A classy, board and batten, hardy exterior. So let's talk real quick about the dollars and cents. First off, for our 4x8 sheets of James Hardie siding, I've gotten quotes from multiple builder supply companies. One was priced out at 51 bucks a sheet, the other one at $47 a sheet. I ended up paying $36 a sheet. Believe it or not, at Lowe's. However, for our Hardie trim, not necessarily the best price. We're gonna need two sizes of trim, a 2.5-inch piece and a 3.5-inch piece. The cheapest one is actually down the road, but it's gonna be a few weeks before we can actually get it. We found another location up the road that is gonna run me about $13.50 a piece and $11.20 a piece. So like we've done at every single step on this process, we're trying to save every dollar and cent that we can, and then obviously doing things with our own two hands. Another day, another dollar saved. Let's go. All right, a few things real quick. I know it's gonna show up in the comments, so I'm gonna address it. This is a framing nailer. This is not meant for what we're using it for. I don't have a sheathing gun, so we're just gonna use this guy. I have it turned down all the way so it actually underdrives the nail. So you'll see us going back with a hammer and hammering those all the way flush. I don't want this to blow through the Hardie siding and then it crack and crumble, and it's so dang heavy. Once we get it up, I don't ever want to pull it back down. For those of you wondering, oh my goodness, gloves are still alive, barely. I don't know guys, we might be changing gloves after this video. It's becoming a hazard. I'm so determined to finish the shop in the same gloves that I started. Mechanics, I need help. 2, 3. If we can get it up and set it right here. Billy, grab it. Okay, I got it. Easy. There you go. Get her done. Ugh, I'm gonna feel that in my shoulders tomorrow. You can't tell from down there, but I'm doing very impressive work. Those are the two I've been looking forward to this entire process. It's so satisfying seeing these things go up. We gotta run our galvanized drip edge all the way to the corner, same thing on the other side, nail it in, tape over the top, and then actually don't have enough material that's long enough to make it to the very top. So we are gonna have a small break in the very top, which I actually think is gonna add a little bit of a dimension. It will be symmetrical between the two. Just wait and see. It's gonna look good, I promise. I hope. Well, I can say this much, guys. This is not the last time that I'm coming here. We're on the outskirts of far north Texas, and this is Main Street Lumber, and these folks are just so nice. It's really refreshing. I love it. And they had everything we needed, all in one spot. So once again, van coming in clutch. 12-foot long pieces. And another thing about these vans, there's D-rings inside the van. So just, we got a little bit of a drive to get home, but I can say that this isn't the last time I'm coming here. Buy some property, build a big barn dominium out here. That, my friends, is the 10-year goal. Hopefully it's gonna be a 5-year goal. We're back to working solo for a bit today. I can't thank my family enough for just kind of stepping in and being a part of this project. We got the hardest part of this hardy siding installation done at the very top. I have a few more pieces to cut and mount and trim. And speaking of trim, it all made it home safely. It's nearly an inch thick and way heavier than I anticipated, so it's gonna be fun mounting up. But it's so exciting seeing this thing come together at this point in the building process. We've been building this thing for what feels like an eternity. And to be honest, if I could have bought one of those prefabricated metal building kits, we would have been long done by now. But because of the situation in which we live in, we are playing by the rules of the HOA. And because of that, actually, this thing not only is gonna function really well inside and out, it's gonna look phenomenal. I'm so stoked, especially because as of this morning, I have officially ordered the brick. We found the right stuff, we found the manufacturer, we ordered it, it's on its way. Yes, with this building process being from drawing this thing out on a poster board to actually putting up every single stick in this building, I've learned a ton. And one of those most important lessons that I learned the hard way actually has nothing to do with construction, it's actually about hydration. And for that, I want to thank Element for sponsoring today's video, because I learned the hard way that if I'm not staying hydrated, I'm not feeling good, I'm not thinking straight, and I'm not gonna build mo better.
Call me. Oops.
When it comes to the days that I dedicate to building this shop, I always try to remember to stay hydrated, and Element is always my go-to to do just that. Element packs a meaningful dose of electrolytes that's free of sugar, artificial colors, or those other dodgy ingredients found in other sports drinks. Not only does it do the job it's created for, I absolutely love the taste. Citrus salt, watermelon, raspberry, orange. Heck, they even have a chocolate medley for a limited time, so you can craft a delicious electrolyte-fueled hot cocoa in the morning. And Element's community, inclusive of Olympians, special forces, business leaders, and overconfident do-it-yourselfers, serves as proof. So do me a huge favor, guys. At the end of this video, hit that link in the description below, drinkelement.com/LoneStar, and get yourself a free Element sample pack with any purchase. And there's no risk to that purchase, because if you guys don't like it, they return your order. No questions asked. You can also try out the Element Sparkling. Big mahalos to Element for sponsoring today's video and being a continued supporter on the channel, guys. I don't show you guys that I don't truly believe in, so go check out Element. You won't be disappointed. And as always, stay salty, my friends. Get this sucker done. You guys want to see what one of these battens are going to look like on the shop? I actually really do. 2.5 inch hardy batten, almost an inch thick. It's hard to tell right now. Once the sun comes out, you'll start to see a lot of the shadow differences. And that's kind of the key appeal to the board and batten. You get the real nice shadow lines. That's going to look so good. Let's load back up. Hopefully it won't get rained on. Ready? Courage, put me go. So fast. It looks like a beautiful day, guys, but it is cold. It's been very cold last couple days. But the good news is we got the back side of the shop done, east side, west side, all done with our hardy. We are now on to the detail portion, the portion I've been actually excited about, because this is gonna look really good when we're done. I'm a little indifferent about the break and the very top sheets, but I was not gonna go spend $100 more just to have that all in one piece. But because it's symmetrical, it'll all be painted one color. I actually don't think you're gonna be able to see it much anyways. We're gonna run a big belly band across here in the center where that 8-foot breaks. That's gonna look really cool. But that second break, I think it's gonna look just fine. And in the last video, we asked you guys, should we place our battens 24 inches on center or 16 inches on center? And the resounding response was 24, primarily because the building is so big, and I fully agree with you. Before we start with our battens, we're gonna do all the trim work. So all the windows are getting trim, across the top's getting trim, but in order to trim the trim, we had to go and buy another blade. We're gonna go ahead and use our miter saw to make all those cuts. That way everything is perfectly straight, and we don't have a hardy blade for that big old 12-inch saws. Try to get one at Home Depot, $125 for a hardy blade. I wasn't gonna do that. So Amazon from Junchi. Big old 12-inch blade going on the miter saw. So like I've mentioned before, we're gonna start in the most inconspicuous area of the shop and then work towards the most visible for me. I tend to be very bad when we start and they get better throughout. So we're gonna start at that window. All right, we got our first one cut out and we have reinforcements. The Sarge is back, and this method of squaring these things up not gonna work well. We had 2 of these sides perfectly squared, and then I tried to lift it up and then it broke. I think my best bet is just to put it on a dang building and nail it in and then square it while it's up there. While I have Sarge here helping me, we're gonna go ahead and actually just run the top trim all the way across, because those top trim pieces are 12 feet in length, so it'd be handy to have the extra set of hands. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the content and this Dream Shop build series and you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, scroll down, hit that subscribe button below. It's absolutely free. It's just more likely you won't miss any future updates, which are coming very quickly in the form of 10 pallets of brick. Also, the 28-day challenge of the dry pour versus the mud mixer pour concrete, that's coming up next. It's so cold! Woo! We got the hardy around the doors and windows. It doesn't have to look pretty, and it doesn't. It's just providing a level surface to transition from the top to the bottom. And I probably should run some flashing up underneath that to let the water escape. And I went ahead and just put a whole bunch of Lexil to seal up every one of those joints. Next thing we're gonna do, so we have some weather rolling in, is see if we can get 1 or 2 of these windows trimmed at least. And as we discovered yesterday with the whole pocket hole method, getting these things to mount together, to adhere, and then to mount them up properly is just destroying the hardy. So instead, we're gonna put it up on the wall, nail it in, and call it good. Same thing, but different. But like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect, just mo better. This is the top of the window, top piece that goes all the way across the top and beyond the sides by a few inches. And then this will go down. The bottom piece, which I still need to cut, and it'll actually connect there. Why we're doing it this way, I don't know. It's what R&R Buildings did, so we're gonna copy him. Here we go. Also, I get asked pretty often, how come I don't ask friends to come over and help me with this project? Well, he's gonna kill me for putting that in there, but I was crying, I was laughing so hard yesterday. I did that wrong. All right, let's try this again. Round 2, ding, ding, ding. Perfectly plumb. Why? Why do you do that? There's nothing back there. Oh, don't you start now. Every 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 nails doesn't go in, just bends in half. And I thought it was like hitting nails on the backside maybe, but that's not the case because there's areas where there's no nails and it still does the same thing. If you have any recommendations, I'm ears wide open. Maybe I need to upgrade to Ryobi. Do it again. All right, and just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So we have a piece of scrap here. We're gonna put that dead straight. All the way in, dead straight. Okay, it's working. For no reason, just bends. And fire. Perfect, no issue. And then for no reason, again, I don't get it. If you guys have any idea what is going on, please let me know in the comments below. Swapping gloves so I can actually feel what I'm doing. It's getting a little bit warmer out finally. And I'm literally gonna be drilling pilot holes for nails. Hardy siding is way too expensive to be looking like trash because it's looking like trash right now. I'm not sure what my other options are. Maybe one of them will tell us. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing? Feeling confident. Should we try it? 16 gauge finish nails. But I think I figured out the angle of the dangle with the finish nailer to get it from bending. 2-inch galvanized 16 gauge finish nails, plus 2-inch framing nails that have a ring shank on it. Well, we're not gonna need this anymore. Turns out nailing it by hand is gonna be our path forward. And it works really well. We're finally in flow, so we're finally gonna get moving. And also Kent just showed up, so we got 2 people working on this. My father-in-law's here. We're gonna get moving. But before we keep moving, I was trying to hold that tall piece of trim up with my foot while nailing it in, and my hamstring totally cramped up. So we're gonna go ahead, get a little bit of element. This is not part of the sponsored integration. This is just me talking to you guys because I genuinely love this stuff. And it's super cool because I have a few friends that are in action sports and still kind of play competitive sports. And when they see that I work with element, they're like, dude, I use that all the time. And I love to hear it. But today we're gonna play flavor of the day because this is the element sample pack that you get with any purchase using my link below. I actually haven't tried this one yet. This is the raw, unflavored. And speaking of cool stuff, this custom hydro flask that was made by Mr. Spicer Designs himself, he actually just picked up a sick Chevy Silverado 2500 Duramax. That thing is sick. I thought that would taste super salty, but it actually doesn't. It's just water. Try to keep my legs from cramping up again. And we're gonna use our paperweight here as our camera stand. So similar to the other side, we went ahead and used fairly, large ring shake nails, and then we go back with the finish nailer, hit these a bunch of times. And in the famous words of anybody who's done anything, that ain't going anywhere.
Continue this all the way across.
Yeah, that was the plan. So I'm actually gonna connect the two. So these are the exact same height and width, but I actually wanna do a sidewalk. They'll probably kick up a little bit, and this will be like a platform working area. We got a while to think about that. I'm gonna put these right here. These are right here. I'm gonna forget in 5 seconds, but they're here. Back door, trimmed. Looking stellar. So now we're back to the back side where we have not done the top trim piece, but we're gonna first do this, what I'm calling a belly band. So the belly band's gonna go right here, which is gonna bridge the gap between the lower and the upper sheets and provide a little bit of an accent across the middle. Oh, that's gonna look so good. The question is now though, do we put our battens at 48 inches versus 24 inches? That actually might be our best looking option. And if it looks good, we'll leave it. If it doesn't, we'll add another one in between. I love that belly band. Big fan of that 6-inch piece going all the way across. But because that's there, we're now questioning if we put 24-inch on center batten, it's gonna look so busy here in the back. Let's get this trim finished, up and over the top, we can finally start our batten. We are moving. Finally gotten rhythm on this thing. Top trim, pretty much done. We have some minor details to button up, but you guys are joining me because we're about to put up our first batten. That going at speed. Let's see how good we are at cutting. Dang, Kent, we are good. It's like we know what we're doing. Oh, I like the way that looks. Now, the question for you guys though is it easier to paint now before brick, or should I put brick up and then paint last? Because if I paint now, I don't have to worry about any overspray or drips getting on the brick. But when the brick's up, when I paint, it's all like final and yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Gentlemen, and the 6 ladies that watch this channel, what do you think? I'm stoked. It looks so good. Oh man. Beautiful morning. Hi, Maui. I heard you was a hunting dog. And you're eating charcoal. Yummy. All right, we've gotten this far so far, and I got 3 hours today to crank out as much as we possibly can in 3 hours, or until I run out of nails, which also might come first. Now, elephant in the room, this side is not done. We ran out of nails and I ran out of time to go get nails. So you'll be seeing that finished up in our next video, and also the delivery of our 10 pallets of brick. And that wall, I've never noticed that wall until now. And yes, we are bricking this thing DIY. And I'm not worried at all because all I have to do is match the D.R. Horton built home, which, to be honest, my 4-year-old kid could probably do it. But go ahead and take a look real quick at the attention to detail on that brick. Check out that brick line. Yeah, that's not the camera doing that. I'm actually really curious. Let's check this. Not bad, could be better. And then, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So, long story short, I'm not worried about trying to match how good the home is built, because it's a piece of junk. The shop, on the other hand, this is a work of art. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, scroll down, hit that subscribe button below. We have several updates coming with the shop, including 2 new work tables from our buddies over at Lifetime Products. Their wall-mounted work table going as the first workbench in the dream shop. Nailed it, that went in. It went in. Last big thing I'll add, guys, is merch. You have been asking for merch from me for 5 years, and I have yet to deliver, but I'm excited to say we have our first designs launching very soon in the spirit of the Mo Better Garage, because what we do in here is build, and what we build isn't perfect, it's just Mo Better. So we'll catch you guys in a few days for our next video. Until that day comes, as always, y'all take care. Ahui ho, aloha.